Why are you reading while your woman is dying? The British doctor couldn't understand it. A Muslim man calmly reciting Quran in the corner while his woman was in critical labor. But what happened next changed her life forever. This is the true story of Dr. Sarah Johnson and how one night in a London hospital led her to Islam. London Royal Hospital. October 15th, 3:47 a.m., emergency delivery room. Dr. Sarah Johnson had delivered hundreds of babies in her 12-year career. She had seen everything: panic, screaming, chaos, joy, tears. She was one of the best obstetricians in London, graduated top of her class from Cambridge University, a published researcher, respected across the UK. But she was exhausted from pressure, long hours, the constant stress of holding lives in her hands, and exhausted from the emptiness inside her. Sarah had everything society told her she should want: successful career, central London apartment overlooking the Thames, respect, six-figure salary. But every night driving home at 4 a.m., she felt nothing. "Is this it?" she would whisper inside her car. Work, sleep, then die. She tried everything to fill the void: hot yoga, meditation apps, therapy, antidepressants, weekend trips to Paris, Rome, Barcelona, dating apps, wine with friends. Nothing worked. Her mother had raised her Christian, church every Sunday, Bible studies. But Sarah stopped believing at university. "Science explains everything," she would say. "Religion is just ancient superstition." Yet in her quiet moments she wondered, is there really nothing more? No purpose, no meaning? Are we just accidents waiting to return to dust? That question haunted her. That night began like every other. She was finishing paperwork, coffee getting cold, when the emergency alarm rang. "Dr. Johnson, emergency delivery. Patient in critical condition." A young Muslim couple rushed in. The woman, Amina, was in severe labor complications, barely conscious. "Preeclampsia," the nurse shouted. "Blood pressure 180 over 115. Baby's heart rate dropping fast." Sarah's stomach tightened. Preeclampsia could kill mother and baby within minutes. The medical team moved fast. Oxygen mask, magnesium sulfate, continuous fetal monitoring. The baby's heartbeat kept dropping. 140, 135, 128. Every second mattered. And then Sarah saw him, the husband, Ahmed, sitting calmly in the corner, reading a small green Quran, lips moving silently. Anger rose in her chest. "Excuse me, sir," she snapped. "Your woman needs you. She could die. Don't you understand?" Ahmed looked up, eyes full of tears but face calm. "Doctor, I am here. I am praying." "We need action, not prayers," Sarah said. Ahmed walked to his wife, held her hand, whispered, "Amina, whatever Allah wills, I love you. Stay strong." Amina nodded weakly. "I love you too." For 23 intense minutes, Sarah fought to save both lives. Medications, monitoring, stabilizing. But the baby's heartbeat continued dropping. 120, 105, 95. "Doctor, we're losing the baby." There was no time left. "Prepare for emergency C-section." Lights came on. Tools laid out. Anesthesiologist moved in. Sarah began the incision, layer by layer. Skin, muscle, uterus. The baby's heartbeat was at 80. She lifted him out. He wasn't breathing. Silence. She cleared his airway, rubbed his back. Nothing. "Bag him." Oxygen. 1 breath. 2. And then a cry. Weak, tiny, but alive. The room erupted in relief. Heart rate 95, 110, 140. Sarah exhaled, trembling. They had saved him. Amina's vitals stabilized too. She was going to live. Sarah whispered, "Thank God," words she hadn't spoken in years. The nurses handed Ahmed the newborn, but before he even held him, he raised his hands to the sky. "Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah." Then he knelt and prostrated on the floor, forehead touching the ground. Sarah froze. She had never seen gratitude like this. When Amina woke up 30 minutes later, Sarah handed her the baby. Sarah expected tears of joy, celebration, But instead, Amina raised her weak hands and whispered prayers of gratitude. Sarah asked, "You almost died. Your baby almost died. And your first words are, prayers?" Amina smiled gently. "Doctor, in Islam, children are a trust from Allah. We don't own them. We are guardians. Before I celebrate, I must thank the one who gave him to me." Sarah had no words. Sarah couldn't sleep that night. She kept replaying Amina's words. Children are a trust from Allah. She kept seeing Ahmed prostrating after nearly losing everything. That peace, that surrender. At 6 a.m., unable to sleep, she searched online. What does Islam say about children? She was shocked by what she found. Teachings about every child being born pure. Parents being responsible not just for feeding them, but shaping their character, guiding their soul. She read, "Paradise lies at the feet of mothers." She read that raising children with kindness is an act of worship. In her world, children were Instagram props, career interruptions, lifestyle accessories. In Islam, they were sacred trusts. She continued reading about tawakkul, trusting God's plan while taking action, about sabr, patience in hardship, about the purpose of life, to worship God and do good, about signs of God in creation, in the beating of a heart, in childbirth, in every breath. Everything she had been searching for was right there. 3 days later, she saw Amina again for a follow-up. "Dr. Johnson, thank you. You saved our lives." "Just doing my job," Sarah replied softly. "How's the little one?" "Alhamdulillah, he's perfect. We named him Ibrahim." But the truth was, something inside Sarah was changing. She started reading daily, books about Islam, lectures, articles. She watched Muslims pray 5 times a day, facing the same direction, bowing in humility. She found herself whispering Bismillah before meals without thinking. She cried watching a video of Hajj for the first time, millions of people moving as one, equal, humble, surrendered. She started visiting a local mosque quietly, sitting in the back during evening prayers, listening to the imam's words, watching the peace on the worshippers' faces. One afternoon, Ahmed and Amina came with baby Ibrahim for another checkup. "Doctor," Ahmed said gently, "we heard you've been reading about Islam. If you ever have questions, we're here." Sarah hesitated, then finally whispered, "Why were you calm that night? You almost lost everything." Ahmed smiled. "Because Allah was never going to give us what wasn't written for us, and He was never going to take what wasn't written to be taken. We take action, but the results are in His hands." Sarah felt her throat tighten. "I've spent my whole life trying to control everything," she said. Amina replied softly, "Maybe that's why you're tired." That night, Sarah cried for the first time in years, deep, shaking tears, not from sadness, but from release. Months passed. Her heart softened. Her questions found answers. Her emptiness slowly filled with something new. Peace. And on a quiet morning, after months of searching, learning, and reflecting, Sarah stood inside the mosque, placed her right hand over her heart, and whispered the words that would change everything. "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah." I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. The Imam smiled gently. "Welcome home, Dr. Sarah." She felt it, not excitement, not adrenaline, but a deep, warm peace she had never felt in her entire life. For the first time, her soul felt full, and it all began with one night, one woman in labor, and one man who prayed with unshakable trust.